we going today, David?
We're off to Chatsworth. It's the Chatsworth Country Fair, and the Stag Owners Club get invited along because apparently the Duke of Devonshire does like a Triumph Stag.
Ooh.
Indeed. Oh, now then, that's the balloons. They're going to be, tell you what though, I don't think there's going to be very good flying for the balloons at the moment because the clouds are so low. There she is. There's Chatsworth House to the right. Do you know what? Whenever I go along this road, I kind of think of Purcell's Trumpet Voluntary. Oh, can I hear that? I can hear music in the background. No, it's just such a beautiful one. No road sense at all, have they, Nandina?
No. Ooh, look at the sign.
The sign. Oh, hang on. Oh, I missed it. Oh, well, I'll go down here because right, I think we ought to put our little Chatsworth thingamybobby up now. Oh dear, okay. I'm going to go up. There we go. Right, so, and wait for the traffic. Don't want to cause an accident. There we go. Now I should have about 10 stags today. So this is supposed to be just a vintage car show, but because the Duke likes a stag, we're allowed to take up to 10 stags. So, and then we were queuing for what seemed like an age. And this is the view of Chatsworth House that I had hoped we would get when we were on our drive-in. But of course, as is the way of things, there's always a tree in the way, or you never quite have the camera at the right angle. So, here you go. So here we are at Chatsworth, and we've got our Triumph Stags here, looking resplendent, looking absolutely fabulous. Let's just get out of the way a bit. Going into the sun just this way, so I'm not really quite sure how this one's going to turn out. But we've got some fabulous cars on show here. Absolutely brilliant. Good turnout. And then we've got a full set of wonderful vintage cars. I think about 60 vintage cars here as well, which I'll have a look at in a moment. But I just love Chatsworth. It's such a good show. And of course, as you can see behind me, I'll just get out of the way, went the wrong way. We've got one of the oldest. We've got J-Reg Mark 1. So we'll just have a quick look at that one. Now, I bet you won't be able to work out why, but we call this one Fabby. She's absolutely lovely. She's still got the horn carburettors on. Beautiful car, just like she should be. And I thought I'd go and give the vintage cars a quick look, and there were some beauties. And then of course at Chatsworth there's the shows, and these stunt bike riders were amazing. But you guys aren't watching this video to watch a load of motorcyclists or vintage cars, you're here to see stags. And here's something you don't see very often. 4 K-Reg in a row. And we're just gonna have to stop for a second and have a look at this one, because I've seen something rather unusual. Don't often see an engine with K&N filters on. Absolutely, like, woohoo! Beautiful. So modern radiator, expansion tank, K&N filter. Hello everybody, and we've managed to convince Tony Lapworth from the Stag Owners Club to show us around his fabulous yellow machine. So Tony, what have you done to this since you've had her? Because she does look gorgeous.
She's pretty good, she's pretty good. We haven't done a huge amount to her, but I've tinkered around the engine bay a little bit.
We enjoy a good tinker, don't we?
Oh no, absolutely, nothing like it, especially in public.
I'm not being drunk.
It's amazing what you can get away with.
Indeed.
Especially at our age.
Get on with it, man.
Yes, all right. Header tank system.
Yes.
About 7 or 8 years ago, we were returning one evening after one of our jaunts out with the guys. And I'd lost 8 pints of water out of the coolant.
Oh.
I didn't know. I had no
goodness.
idea, because temperature gauge was okay.
Yep.
So I thought, okay, how am I going to get early warning of the problem?
Yep.
That's off a Ford KA,
Right.
1999.
I was going to say, it actually does fit in there really nice.
Well, the internet is a wonderful thing, and I spent a while looking for something this sort of shape.
Yep.
I can still get to my fuse box.
You can, and it kind of contours around your windscreen wiper motor.
It does.
Rather nicely, may I say.
Well, yes, of course. And it's high up in the engine bay.
It is.
So
it's exactly where you want it.
So the feeder pipe for the head, the top hose, I made the top hose adapter there.
Yep.
This is the expansion hose,
Yep.
like a modern car. You probably just about see there's a couple of white wires, one here, and all that is a stainless steel screw into the side, one up underneath, and there's a potentiometer circuit which eBay supplied for me, thank you very much.
Yep.
And if the water drops below the level of the top one, an alarm goes off. Yep.
Perfect, that's just what you want.
You haven't got to worry about a float wobbling up and down when the engine's cold or anything like that.
Yeah, of course.
And it works.
Right.
The alternator.
Can I just ask?
Yes,
Since you fitted this,
Yep.
has the alarm ever gone off?
No.
No. So you didn't need it then?
Yeah. Well, as it happens,
Or rather,
no.
it's like walking along with an umbrella.
Indeed, it's not
All
going
the
to
while
rain.
you have the umbrella, it doesn't
Correct.
rain. Yes, absolutely.
Correct.
Sorry,
Absolutely.
do carry on, sir.
And what else have we done? Alternator.
Okay, Nandina, we need to get back in the engine again.
Alternator now up on the top, on the left-hand side.
Yep.
Normally sits, as you know...
This is that big shiny thing just there, Nandina.
Normally sits under the power steering pump, which isn't the easiest place to get to.
It is an evil thing to get to, the original, isn't it?
It is.
Yes.
So, again, I don't buy anything if I can make it. So the bracketry for that I made myself.
Right.
And well, that's worked. That's been on probably 8 years now.
I must admit, a lot of people do put the alternator there, don't they? Yes.
It just makes it so much easier to do. In the side of the radiator here, we've got a twin temperature fan switch. Because I've got a big Volvo S80 twin speed fan on the front.
Right.
So if she ever gets hot, which she doesn't, when it gets to about 87 degrees...
This is that umbrella job again, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Right.
It is.
Yeah.
The low speed fan will kick in.
Yeah.
and if it rises to 92, I think it is, the high-speed fan will kick in.
Right.
Now, if you talk to the purists, that's too cool.
Yes.
It should run at about 88 anyway. But
Now, I must admit, I wouldn't know what too cool or too hot would be. I don't know what the numbers are.
Well, if the gauge is somewhere near, it's fine.
Well, that'll do then, won't it?
Absolutely.
Very good, absolutely.
And if that gauge doesn't work, just throw it away and
Throw
get
it away.
another one. Yeah. No.
It kind of reminds me about the clock that I used to have in there. It told the time right twice a day.
Correct, as this one does.
Yes. So
What
carry on,
else?
sir.
What else has been done? Oh, nice, shiny,
I do like
yellow-coloured
those.
leads.
Yes. It goes very nicely with the car.
That was done as a barter because the guy who makes those saw my alternator conversion and said, "Can you make me one?" I said, "Well, I don't do it commercially." He said, "I'll give you a set of leads if you make me a bracket." So I
Always
made him
the
a bracket.
best way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, lovely. Lovely. Now,
what else?
is that because you had the electronic ignition on it?
No, it's because I wanted yellow leads.
Oh right, okay, fair enough then. Because I had to change my leads when I put electronic ignition on.
Ah, right. Yes.
So I didn't know whether that was the reason that you did it.
No, this is electronic ignition,
Right.
as most of them are nowadays.
Yep.
What else have we got? Secondary bonnet pull, emergency bonnet pull.
That is something I've got to do. I've
Because-
got to do that to mine because I must admit, I've noticed literally in the last couple of weeks, some stupid reason it's got really
Right, getting a bit tight.
to
Yep,
pull.
yep.
So I'm getting a bit worried.
Well, that just goes beyond the dash here, underneath, coiled up,
And
and
you've
I've
got
got
a
a couple
second.
of brackets. So no, I haven't got it on a pull.
Oh, you've not
I've
even got that far?
No, I've got
Okay.
a couple of metal bars, one to hold the outer, one to grab the inner, and just
Got you.
a bit of oomph.
Perfect.
And it does it.
Perfect.
It has got a 4-core rad in, but that was done before my time.
Right.
But debatable whether this engine needs it, because this is an ultra clean engine internally. I can drain the water and put that water back. It's that clean.
You're joking.
Yeah, it's absolutely pristine clean. In fact, I've drained it out, and my lad came out a few years back when I drained it out to change a hose, and he said, "You just mix that up." I said, "No, that's what's come out, and it's going back in as well."
Mine looks like really bad, out-of-date tomato soup.
I think your car and you probably need a bit of a clean out.
Ooh!
Engine bay wise, what else have I done? Metal knuckle joints on the carburetors.
Now that
rather than
again
the
is
plastic.
something I've heard about, and I haven't done that to much.
Again, please?
These are the metal version of the knuckle joints for the
they're like
connections.
normally big plastic things, aren't
That's
they?
right, and of course the
have
plastic it's a hot area.
And then they tend to snap.
They will snap.
Yes.
So we've gone for these metal ones.
Yeah,
and
very sensible.
They've been on since I bought the car 16 years ago, and absolutely fine.
Something that I have to confess that I did copy out of your engine bay. once.
Okay.
So
okay.
I do these beautiful copper vent pipes on the absolutely
breathers.
beautiful. Yeah. I mean, they do just set it off very
do.
nicely. Yes.
Looking at those, it's about time I repolished those and got them back in.
Wow.
But,
No, but
yeah.
they're really
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Really nice.
and that's it, engine wise. That's
Now, you
about
were
it,
telling
really.
me that you've done something with your transmission.
I have the drive shaft.
Drive shaft, I do apologise,
yeah.
yes.
The drive shafts I replaced probably about 6-7 years ago with the real sand coated, like Teflon coated ones. They don't need gaiters, and you can grease them every year, which is what I do.
Right.
So it gets rid of a lot of that back end twitch when you're coming out of a bend and you change gear.
That beautiful stag snake.
Absolutely.
Yes.
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 Yeah. Oh, yeah,
I
we're in
quite
trouble.
enjoy that sometimes.
It's all right on the dry road.
It is.
Yeah. So yes, she's got real sand coated rear drive shaft.
Now, what are they called again?
Real sand.
Real sand. Real sand.
RIL.
Okay.
SAN.
Right.
Or Rislan. No, real sand. They're just Teflon coated,
Right.
sealed unit.
Yep.
So you can grease them up,
Yep.
which I do every 12 months,
Yep.
and the twitch effectively disappears. That's
fabulous.
Very good.
Right.
Standard replacement. You don't need to do anything else. The UJs are the same. The shaft is the same. You just attach it to your hub.
Perfect.
So, what else have we done? Fluffy seats.
Do you know, I must admit, that is going to stop you getting that dreaded sweaty back, isn't it?
Absolutely. We saw a guy get out of a posh Merc in France one year.
Yeah.
And he'd got a pair of grey beige chinos on.
Oh yeah.
And it looked like somebody had thrown a bucket of water over
Oh dear.
from the back.
Not the good look. Or rather like he'd sort of wet himself,
No,
maybe
absolutely.
even. Oh dear, bless him.
So we went for those. Brilliant. IKEA, 25 quid.
Seriously?
A few years back, but
And
yes.
what, you then just put some sort of straps on them and
Put some
that's it?
elastic on them, yeah.
Wow.
The dashboard is not standard. That was done before my time, and that is Burr maple. Yes, of course.
Here we go.
That is Burr maple,
Oh, now
Which
I've
is
not seen this before.
which is a much lighter
I like that.
lighter colour than the Burr walnut.
I do like that. That's lovely. It's warm.
It fits.
It
fits
does.
with the yellow body and so on.
Yeah. I mean, I know I'm going to upset an awful lot of people saying this, but I do not like Burr walnut.
Right.
It's too dark
It is.
in
It
the
can be
stag.
dark.
Or
Yes.
for my taste, anyway.
Well, obviously we've got the Motorlite steering wheel.
You haven't just got the Motorlita steering wheel, you've
No.
got the 50th anniversary in there.
Absolutely. I've made an adapter and put it into the central boss.
Fabulous.
And that steering wheel boss, as you can see, is something else that my workshop has produced.
Right.
I machined that out of a solid billet of aluminium.
Oh my word. I was going to say,
and
'cause
it
it
works.
doesn't look original.
No. I didn't like the Motorlita boss.
Right.
It left a gap between that and the cowling.
Ah.
So I designed that
Yep.
it goes right over the lip of the cowling, so there's no gap. It's a bit difficult to see here, but I've got a flashing LED light on the top of the binnacle,
Right.
and if I've got an immobiliser, homemade immobiliser. I'm going to go in front of the camera now.
Right.
Somebody's put something in the way.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
So I've got it on an electric switch.
So we're talking about this, aren't you?
Yep.
Yep.
No, actually, that's the warning for the water.
Oh, sorry. Right.
It's just a
Okay.
bit further under.
Oh, just here. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I can see that. Yep.
And that now has killed the electronic ignition and the fuel pump.
Very, very clever.
And with a visual warning that there's some sort of a system on this that an amateur might not want to have a look at.
Right.
The other big thing I've done
Yes.
is this.
I forget. I've completely. We have here. I do know about this. We have got a second boot, which is. I remember you telling me about your trips to France.
Absolutely.
And very handy for wine storage.
Fantastic.
So, come on then, Tony. Do the honours.
It's not my idea. The original idea was one of the German members, Klaus Schluter, I think.
And look at this.
And we've got a second boot in there.
Second boot.
And
Fabulous.
The seats are out,
Yes.
but the way I've designed this, within 20 minutes my seats can be back in.
Oh.
Because nothing is permanent there.
Perfect.
All the superstructure here
Yeah.
is on a couple of converted old seatbelt bolts.
Right.
Turn those 180 degrees and the whole lot.
And
of
I
that
can
will
see
just
you've
lift
still
out.
got the original sides here.
Side pieces.
So all
are
you've got
there.
to do, chuck the seat back in
just
and
put the
that's
seats
it.
back. I have to take these off. With
Well,
a couple
yeah,
of
of course.
screws,
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
So-
I like that kind of idea. Because
It works well.
permanently change it, I don't think that's so clever,
Well,
but that's really clever.
I don't like changing anything permanently on
No.
it. I will. Everything I've done, I can reverse and put
Yeah.
it back,
Yeah,
and that works really well.
that's fabulous.
And because we do a lot of touring, we don't
yeah.
carry passengers very often.
No,
And the odd occasion when we do, then I can have the seats back in.
perfect. Tony, this is a smashing car.
Thank you.
It has been an absolute pleasure you taking us around it. I haven't drunk nearly enough alcohol on this trip just yet. This is
There's time yet.
There is time. There is
Absolutely.
time. Thank you so much. And fabulous. Thank you. If you've enjoyed this video, please do click on the like and subscribe buttons. And if you click on the bell, YouTube will be good enough to even notify you when we post new videos.